Friday.
Oh my goodness. What a week.
Friday.
So glad we're here.
Yeah, well, we're getting there. Donald's here, Lorianne, Daniel, Robbie.
Oh,
right, Phil.
We're showing Daniel's pet today, which is good.
Yeah. But look, we have a lot of news to go over. We're going to talk about the new financial system that seems to be coming on board. And please share the link. Please share the show. So
and we'll go there because we have a new thing here. When we say about the financial system, we're telling you in real world time what's going on in real life time, and not selling you fairy tales when it comes to that. But I mean, a lot of this is again putting it exactly where it is, and if you can see what's really going on in the world, you'd be like, yeah, this is great. This is what we voted for. Right. And not the fairy tales, even though it's good.
Listen, Gene, let me say a couple of things up front. If everyone could keep Debbie's mom in your prayers. She faced a catastrophe. She's in the hospital at the moment. She's doing okay from what we understand, but keep her in your heart and pray for her and for Debbie, because Debbie is the one that's going to be in charge of taking care of things.
I'd like to also say this, and while we have some time on a Friday, the people that are with us here that we've really gotten a chance to really know over the years, some very, very close and personal, we really do appreciate you. And in many ways, we have grown together with this, and you have stuck with us. And we hope that you'll know that we have stuck with you as well.
Yeah. Hey, Shelly's here. That's great. There's an old friend. Very good. And Kay Miller and Donna and Therese. Ginger's here. All right. Ginger made it. Erin. Hey, Phil. Some more news. Jerome Powell did step down as the Federal Reserve Chairman. Kevin Walsh was confirmed yesterday. But the thing is that Jerome Powell is not leaving the Board of Governors just yet. He's going to be there trying to be the pain in the neck in the back office. So I think the plan is to put him in the basement, in the dark basement office, like on Office Space.
And by the way, this is unprecedented. And the other thing that is not only unprecedented, this is how it was done. Not only legally, but this is because he's stepping down because his term's up.
Term's up. It's not like he was thrown out or anything else. Term ended today, and he stepped down. But what we're looking forward to are the reforms that Kevin Walsh is going to bring in to the Federal Reserve. So that'll be good. The other couple of just one quick note. We had some comments from people that felt when we compared the interest in posts concerning John Kennedy Jr. as opposed to other posts that we make about updates on silver and updates on biblical devotions or updates on XRP, other things that pertain to you and your business and your money. They felt that we were insulting. I don't know, all of our viewers or whatever. And the thing is that the point we were trying to make is this. John's he's involved in whatever business he's involved with. You need to be involved with your business. And that's what Gene and I and the team at George are trying to help you with updates on XRP and silver and gold and the economy and where's oil and the news and so forth, because that's your business, right? That's your money. All this other stuff that doesn't help you. Go ahead.
Guys, it is unprecedented what is going on today. And it's unprecedented. We're going to outline it today, what Donald Trump is doing. It is next level genius what has happened in the world scene and the local scene. However, and this is not a diss on you, but you were led to believe, or including myself, I'm part of it, a lot of this was thrown at you that, hey, to prove yourself right, that this person will be in prison, this person will be in prison, Obama will be in prison, all of this. You have to remember, it was not a show. Trump was this close to being actually put in prison, and it's not unprecedented. Because if you look at Bolsonaro, if you look at Duterte's, who's both of them are in prison, and you look at all the attacks on all the other conservative.
How about Sarkozy from France?
This isn't game time. Donald Trump, they tried to put him in prison. Now, what's going on here, and all due respect, because this is not a diss, we all wanted this I told you so. See, I've been following Q all this time. I told you so. See, this person's going to prison. This person's going to prison. But understand, the shift as dynamic has already been pulled. If you could see, we'll walk you through it today, what Donald Trump has done, you'd be like, oh, that's how he did it. That's how he's doing it.
Right. So when you are watching the taking down of the old guard. If you're looking at to see whether all the members of Congress are going to get arrested, you're missing all the action. So we're going to bring you up to speed on that. Gene, this thing with, and we're going to get into it with XRP and the Clarity Act.
Right.
That's going to bring in a new financial system. Doesn't mean the end of the US dollar or the Federal Reserve note. It doesn't mean any of that. What it does mean is that transactions will be very different. Criminal activity will be pretty much cut off. And then we'll have a more even flow of money. So we'll get to that with the XRP.
Right. Our point here, and we've been saying this is going as planned. All these things that we've been talking about is going as planned. And if you just take us a while and stop saying, well, next week something's big, they're going to remove all of Congress and all of them are going to be in prison. You understand that I'll just say it, when Q first started posting, and even when Donald Trump before that, when he was running, could you imagine that Donald Trump has remade the United States political system and the international political system completely turned upside down?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
You want to just get going? Just get going here.
Unbelievable what's been going on. Yeah, let's dig in.
Here we go. Thank you very much for joining us on Friday. Here we go. Reminder, everyone, that if you go to georgemagazine.com, please sign up for the Dispatch. You get it Monday through Friday, starting with the devotional and the lead story. And today, this is the lead story. China rolls out the red carpet, America flags, and military honor guards for Trump's arrival in Beijing.
Yeah, he got the biggest welcome, even bigger than the first time he was there.
Right.
In 2017, but this was enormous.
Right.
And they're treating him like the stature of the president of the United States.
Okay. Let's compare this to
that's right.
Obama coming in to China 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah. Now, there was also a point where they left him waiting at the airport for 3 hours.
What do they call him, an Uber? Did they call?
Well, the thing is that was the projection that China was showing the world of what it thought of the United States and the United States president, as opposed to what we're going to see now.
To this. that, by the way, just happened, and here we go.
All right, so you get the idea. This was an appropriate welcome for the President of the United States. And we're going to get deeper into this. Go ahead, Gene.
Right. Guys, remember what we're talking about here is Donald Trump wanted and said, I want to get the world to respect us again. Now, you realize that during the Biden administration that it was not. I mean, Donald Trump said it was basically we were on life support. And he says, we came back from the dead, and now we have the hottest country going around. You realize part of that is the economy. Part of that is walking around like a boss and saying tariffs here, tariffs there, and the military of what he just accomplished. Plus, Dave, the negotiations tactics that Donald Trump used with that.
Right. So everything has been falling into place. For example, we started with Venezuela, right? And we pulled Maduro out of there. He's going to be standing trial, and we have our guys in there working alongside the Venezuelan government. We're getting them up to speed on their oil production, which had been pretty much non-existent. And what's actually happening is the oil's going to Louisiana or Texas being refined. That oil is sold. The money from the sale goes into a bank account in New York. And from that bank account, that all of the workers and so forth in Venezuela are being paid. So the money is going back to the Venezuelan people now. So the military is getting paid, the firemen are getting paid, the police are getting paid, the civil servants are getting paid, and the businesses are operating again, and so on. So Venezuela is going to come back to where it was outside of this oppressive dictatorship under Maduro and Chavez before him.
Right. Now, understand what Donald Trump just accomplished. And by the way, if you go back to the George magazine cover, remember when we said, so it begins, and then Donald Trump retweeted 4 hours later, so it begins. Then we put it, the very next time we put it on the cover, the dominoes falling. The first domino, if you remember, was 11:56. That was a time clock on the first domino. That was when Venezuela got invaded and we took Maduro out.
Yeah.
Understand how this works. First, take down Maduro, because that cuts off the legs of Russia and China.
Yeah.
Then from there, the other one, which is their own.
A quick history on that.
Yeah.
See, the thing is that it's not just that Russia and China were in there. Russia and China had been literally financing the Maduro government. And Maduro was selling off the nation's oil reserves to keep the government going, because for whatever reason, they couldn't get the oil production back up. They didn't have the facilities or whatever it was. So by taking over Venezuela now and putting the embargo up, we basically said to Russia and China, look, you guys are out.
Right. Now,
and they said nothing.
Guys, I'm going to use this illustration and then you'll understand. Is it as if I was growing apples and that was my main thing and everyone wanted apples and I didn't have money? So my two neighbors say, you know what? We're going to give you $20,000 each, but now from then on, you give us half of all your apples, and then you give it. So what ends up happening, they basically gave them a loan to be a part of this. And then the United States just came in and said, well, Maduro's not in charge anymore. In fact, the Chinese, not the ambassador, but the Chinese diplomat was in Venezuela at the
They
time.
were in Caracas.
Yeah. So notice how it's done. First domino was Venezuela, then with Iran because they had the weapons. Donald Trump cut them off. One more step before that I missed, Dave. You said the Panama Canal. That was the other one.
Well, yeah. See, and then we Panama had sold the rights or given the rights to most of the ports to China. So that was the next step. We got to get them out of that Panama Canal. And this whole thing was like this. China's getting its oil from Venezuela and Iran, and they need that Panama Canal. Okay? So we took over Venezuela. We got Maduro out of there. Now it's our guys in there pumping the oil and getting everything straightened out, and their government's working with us. Then we went in and we blew the doors off of Iran, and we have an embargo up there, and they're not getting their ships out of there either. Then we got our guys down there in Panama and kicked China out of the Panama Canal. So now let's have a summit.
Guys, you realize we've been saying this for a long time. Like I said again, look at that cover with the dominoes.
Yeah.
Now, when you see that was the first one. It was as if Donald Trump said, look, let's make America great again. Let's get us to be the #1 producer of oil. And not only that, all our competitors buying oil from us. You know how I'm going to do that? Then he goes, this. And
right.
It all happened in real time. Meanwhile, the nihilistic black pillars are saying nothing's going on. Where are the arrests? Where's the arrest?
Yeah.
I thought he was going to make America great again. It's happening right before our eyes.
Right. So, and then of course, Trump is, we're going to take over Canada. We're going to do this. And that's still, who knows? That still might be in the plans. And especially Greenland. We got to do something about Greenland, right? And since the United Kingdom, who was against us getting Greenland, and was backing Denmark, all of a sudden they really need our help down in the Falkland Islands. They need our help in the Falklands, right? So maybe we help them out with the Falklands, and you guys back us up taking over Greenland.
Right. And by the way, Trump can deal with that, but when it came with China, Trump could not deal with the card of Taiwan. We walked you through that yesterday, how we cannot. It's not like trading this for that. So in the second article here, we have Trump departs China after doing trade deals agreement with Xi on Iran. So it was a complete success.
Yeah.
And we even said one of the plans that no one really knew about is Trump took some of the top CEOs, brought them there, and basically used them as a so-called bargaining chip.
Right. Now, think about what happened here, Gene. So Xi Jinping attempts to set the table right off the bat by making the statements about Taiwan. Oh, if we don't come to something about Taiwan, whatever. Now, what Trump has information on, and what we're going to tell you about right now is this. When the Chinese economy is not doing real well, they don't put out any numbers. When they're kind of dragging along, they'll give you some inclination, but they'll be inflated. Right now, the Chinese economy is struggling big time. Not just with real estate, but now with these oil reserves and other things. They're struggling. The Chinese economy is struggling. President Trump did not give advance notice that he was bringing all of our corporate leaders with him. No notice. So this was like, if you could imagine, this is Julius Caesar walking in with all the generals. Hi, and here's Xi Jinping talking about Taiwan. All of a sudden, Xi Jinping is like, "Well, what's a Taiwan? What is this Taiwan? Who cares about this Taiwan?" Right? Because now, we'll do business and we'll get the economy growing again.
China wants money.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. China wants money, and Trump knows that. So he says, okay, let me get my guys,
Right.
including NVIDIA, because they need the chips.
Yeah.
He goes there and parades them and says, hey, these are my guys. You want to do business, or you want to dilly-dally over here in Taiwan land?
Yep.
All right.
Yep. Yeah. Shelley, yeah. They'll be buying. Well, that's
Shelley.
what they'll be buying. They'll be buying from oil out of Alaska as well. That's true. And that brings up another point. Don't forget, if Trump's didn't start right away with the drill baby drill plan,
which we put 2 years ago, we put it on the cover of George magazine.
Right.
Okay,
right.
guys,
the plan. Now,
this is what.
Go ahead.
Okay, this is why you want to listen to us, because we're the ones telling you this. Now, remember, the mainstream media is saying, "Oh my goodness, Trump is doing horrible. The United States were so weak," right? Now, the black pillars will say, "Oh my goodness, all this stuff is going on, and Trump has no more cards to play, or whatever."
Yeah.
Okay, GDP.
Okay,
you guys,
GDP.
I know our guys know it. The people that don't know what GDP means, too bad.
It's a gross domestic product. It's all of the production and everything else. It's basically the size of a nation's economy.
Right.
Or,
okay. Number one, United States, $35 trillion.
$35 trillion. Write that down, because this is going to be important.
Right.
Don't forget to share this show.
Yeah.
I got 35 trillion. United States.
European Union. Now, here's the thing.
All together.
All together. I mean, you might as well say, let's just do the whole Eastern Hemisphere. I'm just joking. 23 trillion. Okay.
So the United States is $35 trillion. The European Union is at 23 trillion. All right, go ahead, Gene.
Now we're playing ball here. China, 20.3 trillion. Just say 20 trillion.
Right.
Pretty
so
good.
20 trillion. So 35, 23, and 20.
Okay.
All right?
Now, Russia, right? According to what you hear online from these podcasters, oh my goodness, Russia. If we're at 35, they're not bigger than the United States, but they probably are like 32, 33.
Yes, they're very powerful. Russia's very powerful. Just ask them, they'll tell you.
Right. Okay. Remember, United States, 35 trillion. Okay. Forget Europe. It's like divided into so many of them. China is 20 million. Oh, excuse me, not million, trillion. Okay, say that carefully. Russia, 2.6 trillion.
2.
Let's just even round up. Let's round up. $3 trillion. Let's round up.
Yeah, give them 3.
You get spot them it. Okay, guys, what do you think Iran is? All right.
Yeah. Where do you think Iran is? This is good, because let's not forget that Iran, before this operation, they were funding with their oil money. They were funding Russia's war effort. Okay, with not only with money, but also with equipment, the drones, and all of that. All right, go ahead, Gene.
Okay, remember, United States was 35 trillion.
Yeah.
Iran, 300 billion.
300 billion. Now, Gene, I think that was before the Iranian operation. So
right.
What are the estimated costs to Iran of this operation?
Now, if you deduct about $280 billion, basically we blew up all their shit. Okay.
So there's where we're at. So now Iran was a 300 billion. That was their whole economy. We get in there, we cause $280 billion worth of damage. Their economy right now is on life support.
Right. Now, one more, just to put everything in perspective.
Yes.
Because we felt we're not that great, America. Because we're not like Saudi Arabia. We're not like Saudi Arabia.
Okay? Saudi Arabia, they buy everything. They're influencing colleges. They're all over the place. The media tells us, and the MAGA black pillars tell us.
Right.
All right.
Okay,
so
here we go.
Where are we
Saudi Arabia, 1.1 trillion.
That's Saudi Arabia. All right.
Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia is 1.1 trillion. So they're about half the size of Russia.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's just go to the other big guys in the area.
Yeah.
UAE. UAE. Sorry. UAE. United Arab Emirates.
By the way, Dubai.
They must be
real big.
Oh my goodness. 550 billion. Not trillion. Billion.
550 billion. Okay. What's
and
the
one
next
more,
one we got?
One more big guy in the area. You guys know it. They gave us an airplane. They gave the United States an airplane. Qatar. 160 billion.
160 billion. Give it rounded up to 200 billion.
200
billion.
We're at McDonald's. We're at McDonald's. You round up.
The three giants in the Middle East. 1.1 with UAE. That would be 1.6, and they add another 200 billion on there. So Saudi Arabia, UAE, and Qatar combined is still under 2 trillion. And the United States of America is at $35 trillion GDP. And yet we're convinced and told by the media, by the podcasters, by the whoever else on the left and the far right, that we're absolute garbage. Our country is no good. We have no strength. We're running out of bullets. We're running out of equipment and all of this stuff. That's not the case.
I know. All right.
And as Phil brings rightly out, and the US dollar is our best product.
Right. And
sell to everybody.
Remember, that is what the psyop on us, that the Federal Reserve is bad because of the Rockefeller, and Trump and Xi and Putin are working together to take down the American dollar because that is so evil because of the Rockefellers or whoever, the Jews, whoever. $35 trillion.
Right.
Guys, just so you know, go after this and go buy a ticket to a baseball game. Seriously. Go on a Tuesday and see the stadium packed to the worst team in baseball, Mets. Just go see it.
Yeah.
I love you guys because our realm with the QAnon thing is fixated with Obama going to prison because that will make them justified for everything. Yet Donald Trump is changing the nation and changing the world.
See, the problem we ran into with the Q post, admittedly, there's a lot of disinformation, but the problem is that we had all of these people that tried to make a dollar off of explaining the Q posts and what's coming up with Q and what's this and what's that. And now we're seeing it was very wrong. It was just very wrong. And what's unfolding before us is actually the changing of the world order.
Disinformation is necessary. Okay. What you're seeing here, we have explained to you. So much so, we put a cover with dominoes on it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. You know what, Dave? Before we go on to the pet photos, let's just go ahead and
well, hold on a second. But think about this, Gene. Think about all of that. So the other thing is, do you guys know what's happening in Cuba right now?
Right.
We have an offer on the table. We will set up Cuba. We're going to do with Cuba like we did with Venezuela. We're going to get in there. We're going to straighten them out and so on. We're also going to indict. We're also going to indict Castro.
Right.
Because he was shooting down aid planes that were coming in with aid to help his people, and he shot them down. So we're going to take that guy, and the people are going to. I'm telling you, the people will cooperate. They need help,
right?
And we'll help them. And Cuba now,
again,
a place to do business.
This is the propaganda you'll hear. So when you hear this, and it will probably come from the Black Pillars.
Oh yeah.
I thought we were America first. What are we doing invading Cuba? You realize we are liberating the Cuban people. We are liberating Iran. We are liberating the Venezuelan people. By the way, if you see how beautiful these people are, we showed you like all these are beautiful, beautiful people.
Oh, absolutely.
We are liberating them. It's the regime that's bad. If the regime wasn't bad, then stop executing Olympic wrestlers.
And this, and I'm going to say something now that I want you guys to really hear and understand, that all of these things rose up with Cuba and the beginning of troubles with Venezuela and China, and all of it rises up at the assassination of John Kennedy, President John Kennedy. That's when it all starts to begin. So now, so what President Trump is actually doing is thank God that, and the Lord is obviously moving him and reversing all of that and rearranging it all for the benefit of this nation. But first, he set up the Sovereign Wealth Fund. Then he set up the Trump accounts and so forth. So as the money starts piling in, it can go out. Right.
And so it is happening, just not how they explained it to you.
Right.
If those people, going back to that, the Q explainers, not the Q followers, if they just would have said, wow, this is interesting, because half of the stuff didn't come out till later on. So with all of this happening, okay, before, I want to get to the pictures, but look at this, okay, XRP.
Oh, here we go.
Okay. Please, Dave, let me read it, and then you explain the Clarity Act. XRP pops to $1.47 as Clarity Act rockets forward and war chokes the Strait of Hormuz. Now, this is from the dispatch, and this is the real information you're getting. So, Dave, could you please give us a little tidbit on what the Clarity Act is to explain to people, please?
The Clarity Act is going to actually transform the banking industry and allow crypto exchanges and people to utilize crypto coins really as money on a grand level. As a matter of fact, I think Coinbase is already instituting a way that if you have a substantial amount of crypto sitting in an account, you can loan it out with interest. Now, this isn't fractional banking, but you can loan it out with interest and get payments back and so forth and so on. There's so much going on, and XRP seems to be at the root of it on the transactional level. And it's a very difficult thing to explain. So what we're going to try and do in an upcoming issue, or maybe one of the updates to the dispatch, is break down this Clarity Act and what it's going to mean for our financial system. It is going to put the United States, our money system is going to be like no other on earth.
Reminder. In order to accomplish this, Donald Trump needs the help of the Congress, the Senate. All of these things were put into play. Meanwhile, what you have is you have a whole system of things, where you have people saying, oh, Trump was still president. 10 days of darkness coming. Something big is happening this weekend. Share this video with them, because this is really what's going on, and we are trying to walk people through it and tell you what's going on. But their thing is just like junk. It's fantasy. This is really what's going on. The Clarity Act, all of this. Okay.
And Bitcoin is in there as well. So this is going to be good times. But the whole restructuring, and if you notice that no other nation even dares to make a move against us when we make a move against another country. So the Lord is allowing the United States that kind of dominance, because if he didn't, we'd have a problem.
Right. Okay. Guys, what I want to do, we said this before, guys. Please, on Friday, we'd like to take some time to take a look at some of your pets here. If you want to, Dave, this kind of small here. It's info@georgemagazine.com, correct?
Info@georgemagazine.com, and in the subject line, put subscriber Friday, and the team has a folder set up that all the pictures go into, and
we'll show it. We definitely do. Please need your name on it, your pet's name, and just a little story, anything short here. I'd like to show you Daniel, our good friend Daniel. Oh my goodness, what a great name!
This is Daniel's dog, George. That's wonderful. George is a shepherd mix. He was a rescue from a shopping center parking lot. Oh, that's fantastic. I love hearing that.
Who is not? How do you find something so beautiful at a shopping park? You know, look,
because what happens is people abandon them.
Wow.
They bring the dog to a parking lot, let it out of the car, and drive off.
What a beautiful, beautiful dog. Okay, let me do this one here. I love this one. Leonardo
DiCaprio. Stella, that's great.
I like it. 4 more years. It's 4 more years.
And another rescue cat, Trump fan, and a rescue cat from New Jersey. And it's great. He probably parades around with his little hat on.
All right,
that's great, Stella.
Now, Beverly has a few here. Dave, you want to go through Harley? This one.
This is Harley. Beverly Bunnis is Harley. Loves socks and shoes, which probably means that Harley steals the socks and shoes and chews holes in them. Then after he's done with that, he sticks around for dinner.
and I do believe Beverly gets pulled up. Harley gets pulled up right to the dinner table like that.
Oh yeah, of course.
Now this is
Callie.
Callie,
another one of Beverly's doggies. Callie is a Cavalier Charles Spaniel, and the runt of the litter. So cute.
Looks spoiled to me.
Oh,
all right.
So
one more before we get to a couple of hours here.
Yeah. This is Penny and Marty, and it looks like Penny wants. She's not after anything from Marty. So Beverly writes they don't like each other when we think it's all Marty's fault, but who knows?
All right, guys. Thank you so much. Reminder: this is my dog. See, Daniel had the right thing. Daniel's called her his George. Mine is a girl, the white dog here, Georgia and Bijou. You can say who's the boss, but I'll give you a hint here. This is Bijou, the French bulldog, going toe to toe with the bull. So
I don't know how you got that picture, but listen, for everybody out there, Gene's bull is not like, the lunatic, his bull is actually very, very well behaved.
Yeah, actually that's a Dixie the cow. Okay, guys, we showed you last week.
All right.
Dave,
this is Pumpkin Blaze, and he's a tough guy. He's a little tough guy. He loves to eat and lay around, and no one will ever be as tired as Pumpkin for doing absolutely nothing. But Pumpkin's here, and I wanted to make sure that we showed you a picture of Pumpkin's arch nemesis.
Are you sure, Dave? Are you sure you want?
Yes, show the picture of Pumpkin's arch nemesis.
Okay. Oh my goodness!
This little catnip-filled mouse somehow turns up everywhere Pumpkin seems to be. And I say to Pumpkin, Pumpkin, I think he's laughing at you. Look how he's laughing at you.
I think he's talking crap. I think he's looking at it. I think he's looking at it funny. Right.
He's looking at him. He's giving him the side eye look.
What's up with that? What are you looking at? You got a problem?
Oh my goodness!
That doesn't blink. All right. 2 more quick stories, but one of them we just wanted to say this. The big election coming up on the 19th. And breaking news, Dave, what's the breaking news here?
Well, the breaking news is that Galrain has exploded in the polls to well over 50% over Massey. And this just happened overnight, last night. The polls that were done on the 13th, May 13th, that came out on the 14th and also today. Terrific momentum, tremendous momentum heading into the weekend and to election day on the 19th. So expect Galrain to win. We just have to show up.
Right. You live there, you got to show up. And remember, this is Trump's endorsement, personal endorsement there. Okay. Let's just finish up here, Dave. Real life Excalibur, a man on a hike uncovers gold sword relic. It's not the sword, the relic of it under a tree. And this happened in Norway. And Dave, how much do you know?
Now, do you know the difference between Norway and Sweden?
It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
I beg to differ. Show the video. We'll show you.
Okay. Here we go.
Day.
Thank you, Sven.
You're welcome.
All right. What is that? Is that Swedish, Sven?
It's Norwegian.
I'm sorry. I thought Sven was a Swedish name.
It's not. So I don't look Swedish, do I? It's a big difference.
Apparently. What's the difference, may I ask?
Culture, looks, names, history, food.
Okay.
Dancing.
Sorry, honest mistake. Are Swedes touchy if you refer to them as Norwegians?
Why don't you ask a Swede?
Dave. All right, Dave. If I ever meet Tom Cotton, I will be offended if he calls me Singaporean.
No, you Singaporean. What if he calls you Japanese?
Why don't you ask a Japanese, Dave?
You know what you should do? Whatever guy Tom Cotton is with, when you have dinner with him, whatever guy he's with, go, shake the other guy's hand and go, Senator Cotton, it's so nice to meet you. And then when Tom goes, oh, no, wait a minute, I'm Tom Cotton, go, you round eyes all look alike. That's what you do. That would be very funny.
All right, Dave Blaze, we did it.
Fantasy talk. That's not going to happen. But
all right, guys, thank you so much. If you can, we stay busy throughout the weekend. We also, by the way, relax a little bit during the weekend. But if you go to georgemagazine.com, guys, what I would love for you guys to do for your sake and is this: the AI ageless tech. Those who have got this, would you please weigh in? Same thing, info@georgemagazine.com. Go get this ebook, and then you'll have it. You can read it, and then also sign up for the updates.
All right, now hold on a second. Just in case this person happens to be a scammer, we don't know, but this is the kind of thing that's going around. That are you not aware that bank systems are collapsing? Both exchanges are going down. See, that is the kind of absolute bunkery that is being spread, and it's absolutely fake and false.
Guys, how long have they been saying this? I don't even want to get into this. Just all right.
Just saying that is not true at all. Oh, and it's also not true. There's some other thing going around that everyone is going to get an $83,000 refund.
Right. You realize if you got
a refund if you haven't paid in that
it's called a refund. Do you realize how much money you have to make a year to pay in that amount, and then you're going to get it back? And it's just like, what? We don't, all right. You can get me going before the weekend. All right, guys.
Just stick with reality, and we have a very, very, very bright future ahead for this country before we're called home.
Okay. Guys, thank you so much. Thank you for watching us. Don't forget, go to georgemagazine.com, sign up for the dispatch, and we will see you next week. Thank you, guys. Thanks for checking us out. Don't forget to go to georgemagazine.com and sign up for the Dispatch. It's free. Get the emails and the news stories. And check us out Monday through Friday, 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You can check us out on Facebook and YouTube. We'll see you then.